Hey, Dad.
Hey, bud, how's it going?
Good, but my girlfriend broke up with me.
Really? What happened?
Well, I told her it's okay. It kind of reminded me of a cloudy day anyways. And she says, a cloudy day? And then I said, hey, listen. When the clouds go away, it's always a beautiful day.
Oh, man, that's a good comeback.
Hey, honey,
Yeah.
what do you call a nurse with dirty knees?
A nurse with dirty knees.
Yes,
I have no idea.
the head nurse.
That's so bad. Okay, tell the joke.
Hey, Dad, I want to hear a joke.
Yeah, I want to hear a joke.
What do you call a guy that never farts in public?
I have no idea. What do you call him?
A private tutor.
Little Johnny's away at college, and he has a couple of his buddies from back home come and visit. Well, of course, they're going to go out to the bar, and they went out and got hammered. Well, that night, they went back to Little Johnny's apartment, and he only had one bed, but it was a king bed, so Little Johnny slept in the middle, and Jimmy on one side and Timmy on the other, and they woke up in the morning, and Jimmy said, man, I had this most explicit dream last night. I had a dream that the bartender was giving me a hand job. Oh, Timmy said, really? That's crazy. He said, because I had a dream that the shot girl was giving me a hand job. Little Johnny says, oh, no. I said, what? What's wrong? He said, well, I had a dream that I was skiing.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, bud.
You know you could use Botox to get the wrinkles out of your ball sack?
Really?
Yeah, pretty nuts, right?
Little Johnny and his dad are in the backyard, and Little Johnny's playing, and he smashes a honeybee. His dad says, all right, Little Johnny, since you did that, you get no honey for a week. Little Johnny says, I don't care. I don't like honey anyways. A couple hours go by. Little Johnny's still in the backyard playing. His dad's out there, and he catches a butterfly, and he rips the wings right off it. His dad says, all right, Little Johnny, no butter for a month. He says, I don't care. I don't like it anyways. So Mom calls them in for dinner, and they're all sitting down, and there's a cockroach that runs across the kitchen floor, and Little Johnny's mom stomps on it and kills the cockroach. Little Johnny smiles and looks over at his dad. He says, do you want to tell her or should I? It was supper time at Little Johnny's house, and he ate up his food real fast, and as soon as he was done, he started sucking on his thumb. His mom said, Little Johnny, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times to quit sucking on that thumb. Now you can go to bed early. So Little Johnny goes on upstairs and goes to bed. Well, later on that night, his little brother wakes him up because he had a bad dream. He's wondering if he can take him down to his parents' bedroom. Little Johnny gets up and goes downstairs, and they start hearing some moaning coming from the bedroom. His little brother peeks in there, and he says, oh my gosh, what are they doing? I can't believe it. Little Johnny pulls him back, and he peeks in there, and he says, oh my gosh. And I can't believe she sent me to bed early just for sucking on my thumb.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, bud.
The teacher's really frustrated with me.
Why, what happened?
Well, I was sitting there in math class, and the teacher says, Tommy, if I lay 2 eggs on one side of the room and 2 eggs on the other, how many eggs will I have? And I said, well, Teach, I'm pretty sure you would have none. The teacher says, well, what do you mean I'm going to have no eggs? And then I said, hey, listen, I'm no genius, but I don't think you know how to lay eggs.
That's true. She's not a chicken.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah, bud.
Aunt Karen's really mad at me.
Really, why? What happened?
Well, I was at her house, and she was trying on clothes, and she thought the clothes made her look fat. And she asked me, Donnie, do these clothes make me look fat? And then I said, hey, listen, it's not that you look fat, it's just that you're a whole lot easier to see.
No! You are in trouble for that one. I'm sorry. You're in trouble. Hey, John, want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
Little Johnny was working at a pickle factory for about 20 years. He came home one day and he says, oh, Susie, I've got this desire to put my pecker in the pickle slicer. She says, Little Johnny, there's something wrong with you. Maybe you should go see a therapist. Little Johnny says, no, I think I can do this on my own. I think I can make sure that I don't put my pecker in the pickle slicer. Well, a couple weeks go by. Little Johnny comes home. He says, little Susie, he says, I couldn't hold back. I ended up doing it. I stuck my pecker in the pickle slicer. She says, oh my gosh, what happened? He says, well, I got fired. She goes, oh yeah, but what happened to the pickle slicer? He says, well, I'm pretty sure she got fired too.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, bud.
I think you're going to be really angry about this one.
What happened this time?
I got an F in math.
Dude, we've been practicing math all week. What happened?
Well, we were multiplying our numbers, and the teacher said, Dami, what's 3 times 2? And I said, Teach, that's easy. It's 6. And then the teacher says, oh, yeah, then what's 2 times 3?
What the hell's the difference?
Yeah, that's what I told her.
You did not. Mama's gonna be so mad. No, you can't say that.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah,
I kind of have an issue.
what's your issue?
I got a new girlfriend, and she already dumped me.
She already dumped you.
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
Well, one day in class, she was sitting right behind me, and I farted.
Yeah?
And she got all mad, and she said, why did you fart on me? And I said, I wasn't. My booty was blowing you a kiss.
That'll get her.
Hey, Dad,
Yeah, bud.
something happened a few days ago at school.
What's that?
The teacher asked us what our life was like. Then each was called on, and she said, my life is like a rose because I like to smell good and look pretty. And then I was called on, and she said, what is your life like, Dominic? And I said, well, Teach, my life is kind of like toilet paper because I'm either on a roll or I'm taking crap from somebody.
Third grade teacher was doing roll call, and she was asking the kids to recite a poem when she calls on their name. She calls on Dan, and Dan says, hello, my name is Dan, and when I become a man, I'd like to go to Japan if I can, and I think I can. The teacher says, that's great, and then she calls on little Susie. And little Susie says, hello, my name is Susie, and when I become a lady, I'd like to have a baby if I can, and I think I can. And the teacher says, that's a great one, little Susie, and then she calls on little Johnny. My name is little Johnny, and I don't give a damn about Japan, but I'd like to help little Susie with her plan if I can, and I think I can.
Hey, Dad,
Hey, what?
want to hear a joke?
You want to hear a joke?
Little Johnny's in spelling class, and the teacher says, who can spell the word before? Little Susie raises her hand, and she says B-E-P-H, and the teacher says, nope, next. Little Billy raises his hand, and he says B-E-F-O-O, and the teacher says, nope, next. And little Johnny raises his hand. He says, hey, teacher, I got this. B-E-F-O-R-E, before. The teacher says, that's great, little Johnny. Can you use it in a sentence, please? Little Johnny says, sure I can. 2 + 2 before.